Yeah. Philippe, your thoughts on the referee? In fact, what are your thoughts on his overall decision-making in the game? Were you impressed with Michael Oliver or not? Because he's going to be talked about a lot over the next 48 hours, I can promise you that.
The referee, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like we talked about this situation. He calls Walker. Walker, I think, when the ball is played, is back at the same line as his defense. So, you know, in defense to the referee in that situation, maybe Walker should be looking at, you know, defending and not maybe organizing or talking to his teammates. So in that regard, you know, the case might be closed. The rest, I'm more disappointed with the first yellow on Trossard than the second one, to be fair. I know he holds him back, but it's still not a big foul, and maybe that could have just gone as a normal foul without the yellow.
Okay, well, why don't we look at the Trossard moments, the 2 yellows that he received. A little reminder, the first was in the 34th minute. It was a tactical foul. The second was in 45+7, deep into injury time from the first half, and that was for delaying the restart. That's the official statement put out on the X account for the Premier League Match Centre. So you're saying, Philippe, that the first one was the one you're disappointed with?
I mean, let me see it again. Yeah, I mean, it's a foul. I don't know if it's a yellow card really at this time of the game. It's 1-1, but I don't know. It's difficult to say. He holds him back, yes. There is a bit of a shirt pull, but is it enough to give a yellow? I don't know. This one is the second. He does run into him quite hard in the back of him, so that might be. But this you can't do it. Even just before halftime, you can't just kick the ball away.
What about yourself, Gary? Your thoughts on the first yellow?
The first one is very soft, isn't it? You know, I don't think somebody pulling my shirt would have held me back the way, you know, it happened there. The second one, yeah, Trossard goes in a little bit aggressively on Bernardo Silva, but it's the whistle has gone, and then Trossard kicks the ball away. And there is a directive, all the players are aware of it, that they're wanting to stop this, players delaying the restart of a game. So once the whistle's blown, you are not allowed to kick the ball away. And that's exactly what Trossard did. So Trossard has said to the referee, you've got to make a decision here, ref. You've got to either yellow card me or not. And the referee's decided on both occasions that it was a yellow card. It's tight, it's marginal, and as I said, I don't want to see players getting sent off. I really don't, Lee.
No, well, it ruins the game.
Yeah. So should he or shouldn't he have been sent off?
Well, I agree with Philippe. I don't think the first one's really a booking. I think it's a bit of a silly, petty booking. The second one, because of the narrative of the referees now, the directive, he's got to book him for kicking the ball away and wasting time. But it's the first one that kills it.
Yeah. Hashtag the game's gone.
Hashtag the game's gone.
And there were a few wry smiles from him there, but at the same time, you could sense there was a seething, burning disappointment about the game from him as well.
Well, he sounds like he's very disappointed in the sending off, because obviously Trossard kicks the ball away, but he says he's only got less than a second from the ref's whistle to him kicking it. And apparently Doku kicked the ball away and didn't get booked. So I think a bit frustrated that the ref's not showing any consistency.
Fair point.
Yeah, you know, kicking the ball away in one situation and in another, you would think could be judged quite equally, wouldn't you? But those circumstances can be quite different as well. I thought 2 things about that. I thought Arteta tried to answer everything honestly and reasonably open, but of course he has to be careful what he says because he doesn't want to get into trouble with the authorities. And the guy asking the questions, he kept probing, didn't he? And he kept probing. And I thought, if you push any more, you just might cause Arteta to walk out here.
Yeah.
Or get banned.
Yeah, it was a good interview.
What about your thoughts, Philippe, on Mikel Arteta's response there?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is really how proud he is of his players and how great they've defended for that long. And what managers and players are always calling for is consistency in those decisions. So I personally didn't see the Doku one. If you have an image there, it would be great. But honestly, yeah, that's what you want. You want consistency. If this has happened again in the game, especially after the sending off, you would want the same outcome. And you know, Mikel has answered the questions after a heated game, after a game that, you know, you thought you'd won for a long period of time in the second half, and then unfortunately you draw it. So you know, honest interview, and I think, you know, Arsenal will take a lot of positives and confidence from this game.
Just really quickly, how long should the delay be between a player kicking the ball away and then getting carded for delaying a restart? Because the one thing I keep thinking of is, remember when Van Persie got sent off for Arsenal in the Champions League? He took a shot against Barcelona, and it was literally the whistle blew. He took the shot and then he was off. It's one of the most controversial sending-offs in Champions League history. I still remember that. Yeah,
which I think will be Mikel Arteta's argument. I think as the sort of the challenge goes in and the ball bounces down, and then Trossard just runs over and kicks it. The referee obviously blows. If you're in the motion of if you've already drawn your foot back and you're about to kick it, then it's a bit difficult to stop the motion. So if he's not got a lot of time to do it, then sometimes maybe you should go around and use a bit of common sense. I think common sense has gone. That's the problem. I think if a bit of common sense, he goes, oh, well, you were close to kicking the ball. You may not have heard it. You may have heard the whistle a little bit late. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But next time, you're going to be off. So I think that's what we lack, a bit of common sense.
Yeah, he was keen to stress. It was less than a second. Yeah. OK.